Hello and welcome to the I Can Do podcast with Benjamin Lee. We're here to talk about tips and strategies to have an I Can Do mindset. Life is what you put into it. Get the most you can. Here's your host, Benjamin Lee.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of I Can Do. We are continuing along in my book, Life Beyond the Scale. Today we are looking at Chapter 9, 1 Year of Focus. Dreams really do come true. I believe it was in July of 2016 when I wrote something like the quote above in one of my journals. Dreams really do come true. I was doing a fun exercise where you are to write down 10 things you would love to experience. One of the things that I wrote down was about to come true. I wanted to work out with a certain health and fitness coach, Bill Phillips, the founder of EAS Products. Well, that dream would become a reality. In August of 2016, I got an email from that particular health and fitness coach, Bill Phillips, and this one was different. I was sitting at the kitchen table. On my screen, I read about a great opportunity of being able to work out with him via Facebook Live. I was ready to sign up, but there was a problem. It was through Facebook, and I had deleted my account earlier that year. You see, I had read a book called Deep Work by Cal Newport that convinced me to get off social media. I decided to unplug from the matrix. I went underground, but now this opportunity was at the tip of my fingers. I desperately needed help, so I did it. I plugged back into the matrix. I signed up again to Facebook. I had 0 friends. The only reason why I did it was to be able to join this program. As I began the 4-week program, I weighed 239. My waist was about 40 inches. I was able to experience positive peer pressure from the workout team. I was going to make the best of those 4 weeks. We worked on nutrition and exercise routine and mindset. I remember at the beginning of the program, as we talked about goals, I decided to set up a photo shoot. I was going to give myself 12 weeks to transform my body. Now, I had said those kinds of words to myself many times before, but this time was different. Here's why. I followed through. I picked up the phone and set up the photo shoot. I promise you, after I hung up the phone, I felt a massive surge of energy. There was a switch that flipped in my mind. What was it? It was belief. For the first time in a long time, I believed I would genuinely change my body and mind. I will never forget that feeling. It was unbelievable. When we truly believe we can do something, then watch out, world. Get ready to see your dreams come true. This is what was about to take place for me. In September, I wrote some more of this book you're reading and now listening to without even knowing it. I had my own beyond the scale moment. Now let me explain. One of the things I kept hearing from my online coach was that we should weigh once a month. Bill and Maria Phillips, they would say that quite a bit. But could that be right? So many people weigh themselves once a day and sometimes multiple times a day. This is what I had done in the past. Once a week didn't sound too bad, but not once a month. How in the world was I ever going to be able only to weigh myself once a month? I didn't initially buy into that philosophy. That's crazy, right? But as the days continued, I began to see the why behind it. When you understand the why, then you will have more clarity. It wasn't merely about the scale. There were other ways to measure our success. Another breakthrough moment happened to me, which helped me to go beyond the scale. I ended up throwing both of my scales away. I even made a video of it. It was a game changer. I wish I would have kept that video. Maybe I still have it. This is why I asked you to throw your scale or your scales away. I didn't need them. Little did I know that decision would help me to reach this point. I was free, and I didn't realize it. As those 4 weeks continued, I began to see there was so much more for me to focus on rather than the scale. I could focus on how often I was eating healthy meals. I could focus on whether or not I was pushing myself in the workouts. I could focus on encouraging others who were on the same journey as I was. It was working. Those 4 weeks flew by fast. The journey would continue for a year. I would eventually be able to meet Bill Phillips in person. And then he asked something else. Something else rather happened. He asked me if I could speak and talk about faith and fitness at one of his camps. I was honored to speak. I called the talk Faith, Family, Fitness, Food. This would eventually become my platform on my blog, Faith, Family, Fitness, Food. Many of the things I've already mentioned were discussed in the presentation I gave. The motivational speech went well. I was asked to speak again that April. You know what I called that talk? Beyond the Scale. And many of the ideas of this book came from the presentation I gave. That's chapter 9. What dreams do you have? Let me talk to you for a moment. What dreams do you have? Have you given up on your dreams? Have you ever taken the time to write out your dreams? If not, why not? Write out your dreams. Write out things you would like to do. Go crazy for a few minutes and don't worry about your mind telling you that will never happen. Just write out and see what happens. Maybe you will identify some patterns in your life. Maybe you'll see that maybe you've been living small and really need to expand your horizon. One of the things that I've noticed about my life is that I've had a coach of some sort, really, I think the last 13 years, maybe not every single day or year, but overall, I've had some kind of coach. And maybe you're in need of some coaching. I'd love to help. But one simple thing you can do is write out some of the things you want to do. Why do we stop dreaming? And why do we limit ourselves to 2 options? It's either this or that. What if there was a third option? Think big. Talk to you later. Take care and God bless. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. If you are in the need or looking for more motivation in your life, feel free to check out my website, benjaminlee.blog, where you can find hundreds of encouraging, motivational blog posts on a variety of subjects. You can find all of my books, which can also be found on Amazon.com, and other podcast interviews with a variety of people. I hope this helps. Please leave me a rating and a review. I can do, and so can you. Take care, and God bless.